Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome back to some more MS Saga. So, we are in the Forbidden City, or the Lost City, I can't exactly remember what it was. But basically, we're in the old tunnels of the giant G system that had caused the Great Fall. We are looking for a single Hyaku Shiki data, because, you know, Estonia was a great person, but he couldn't figure out just how to get that finger to work. It's not like every other mobile suit we have has data like that. But yeah, hopefully this episode will clean this out and finish it up. I don't remember the boss fight being all that difficult, but who knows, maybe it will be. Or maybe it won't be, because I'm kind of mostly wiping the floor with these guys just because of back boosters. Which, if you're willing to grind like I am, like, they're great. But if not, if you wait till after this point, you can go to Ceylon and collect GM tanks, which are also super easy to get ECAPs from, because there's something like a 17% chance at least one will drop in a battle, and a 0.02% chance 4 will drop in a battle. When you go down in the bottom of India, you can fight, I believe, up to 3. Whereas in Ceylon, you can fight up to 5 at a time. Ceylon's that island at the bottom of India, you know, Sri Lanka nowadays. Oh, okay. There's a lot of doors you have to open from the back. Yeah, I think they call it Sri Lanka these days, but I always grew up having it called Ceylon, but I think they renamed themselves in like the 90s or something. Probably me calling it Ceylon is super racist, but whatever. I mean, I still call Myanmar Burma sometimes. Oh my god, are any of these doors unlocked? So it was technically correct saying that down here was the way we're supposed to go. I thought about, in between episodes, going back and grabbing a beam cannon for Fritz, but I decided not to. Mainly because I'm lazy. But also, I didn't want you guys to miss out on anything. Hey, it's a Death Mark II. I believe this is based off of the Super Gundam, which is the GM Defensor docking onto the Gundam Mark II like we have. I didn't mention it, or at least I got it completely wrong at the time. I thought the Defense Force in the Unicorn base was the back booster from the bow, but that's actually the power booster. The Defensor unit was that thing on his back. That one apparently doesn't give you much energy and stuff, but gets you a ton of ranged. So it can be useful. But I prefer the back booster. Mainly because I like being able to, you know, shoot all at the beginning of a turn. Wow, 10 Death Army data. And Trimi and Vargas leveled up. We got them at completely different times, and yet they have basically the same leveling arc, because they're the same level, and every level requires the same amount of experience. Oops, we want to be over here, we want this. Alright then. I don't think he's finished repairing your Gao yet, because, you know, it's been like an hour, and the thing's the size of a small city. That was one of the doors. I wonder where the other one's. Okay, so we just went through that one. Also, I'm glad I realized that invisibility had ran out. And that I was fighting all those battles unnecessarily, because goddamn was that annoying. I waste a bunch of, not Tristan, Vargas's TP, but who cares? I don't use buffs anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. Though I should be using them, I just don't. Like, I'm told Operations Hack makes the game so much easier, especially if you're having Aeons use primarily funnels and whatnot. But, meh. Who cares? How long are these hallways? Because remember, these are maintenance tunnels at least? So there has to be a reason for all of these. And I find it hilarious that there's a parking lot on the other end. It's just like, hey, you have to drive all this way out here to park? Oh, and we can't even go that way because the bridge got taken down. It's like, yeah, you have to drive all this way to park. And then walk all the way down those tunnels, which are at least like a mile long. I do really like the scenery here. Is this the one I think it is? The death plant or whatever? Nope. Oh, this is the one with the heat shuttle. Remember we fought that Zaku Kai as like kind of a leader of a group before? Ooh. Yep, and he picked the right one to go hit. Let's see, heat clear, and we're actually gonna Mega Bomber this guy. I'm assuming he's gonna Sonic Storm us, but yeah. He looks like the kind of asshole who would use Sonic Storm. Hey, a kneecap S. We didn't get a heat shuttle, though. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. And sadly, this game does not let you use two of them like the Sandrock does. Which sucks, but oh well. And yeah, we're using items. I really could be using Treemy to do the repairing, but... Heat shuttle! So these things are absolutely humongous. I'd be up here. It is considered a sword, though. It has 355 versus ours, which has 338. That ironically worked. I was going to move this over to here and then put the shield on top of that, but it didn't work out very well. But that works. It'll do some, like 17 more melee damage. And do you have the Room Bazooey? No, you don't. Do you, Fritzy Poo? You also don't. Treemy Kaka. 308 versus 363. And the Beam Saber Mark II might be better than the Heat Shuttle, but I prefer it this way. We're going back in, by the way. I just didn't want to walk all the way back there to find wherever that one door we unlocked was. Alrighty then, we're back. So I was just curious to explore what I was doing, so found this thing, which I had apparently missed before. Large double beam gun. No clue what that's from. I'll probably know from sight more than anything, but that picture just looks badass. Looks like a mace. But we do go to the other side of that complex eventually. So I think that's what a bunch of those doors were from. Maybe like that one console we hit earlier unlocked something on the other side that I'm just not aware of. Maybe, I have no idea. But yeah, so we got what we needed, we got that Hyaku Shiki data, so it's time to get the Hyaku Shiki. Yeah, just so you know, I actually generally play like that. Like, I play most games in 120. If I can, I even go up to 240. But because I'm recording right now, I really don't want to try pushing my computer up to 240 frames a second. Especially on this, which isn't the best optimized for something like that. Though I am building a new computer for Gundam Breaker 3 in a few days. And by a few days, I mean tomorrow. And then I'll probably have it done by the end of the week. And hopefully that one will be able to record at 240. I'm getting a new 6-core i7. I think I'm overclocking to like 4.2, maybe even 4.5, depending on how I feel. I'm using a 4.5 right now. And I'm going to have 64 gigs of RAM, 2 SLI 1080s, and some other stuff. The SLI 1080s, though, won't really matter, because this barely uses your graphics card as it is. 2 probably won't change much. But there'll be more processors to offload, like recording and stuff, too. So I'm not really worried about overloading a processor.
People of Earth, I am Lady Zarth, the rightful heir of Rivage Zarth. You blame the Zarth family for the Great Fall. You call us an evil organization. You have been told lies. Mankind's own dependence and greed brought about the Great Fall. The G-System wasn't created to protect the Earth. It was created to satisfy mankind's own lust for power. Misuse of the G-System destroyed the Earth's environment and wiped out 90% of its population in the process. That is the truth of the Great Fall. Yes, the G-System went out of control. But those who used it unwisely are to blame. Foolish people of Earth, hear me now. We're the Neo-Zarth. The Zarth family has risen once again. This is a formal declaration of war. I will restore peace and order by any means. How could this happen?
I mean, honestly, he kind of has a point. He's doing it the wrong way, but he has a point. I mean, he already has the largest army on his side. Who's really there to fight him? Australia and the Sky Pirates? Well, he means kill and enslave everyone, Fritz. I thought we went over this like months ago. He shot down your Gao. That's your main source of income, god damn it. You know, stealing it from other people. No, there's these things called boats. I'm assuming you have them. You might not, actually, but you can take a boat. I mean, why'd you ask us if we were gonna swim then? If 2 seconds later you're gonna be like, oh yeah, we fixed your Gao. I mean, he gave us the other 49 data, didn't he? So, Lyra basically stole the one She needs the other 49, though. And he wants to see Tristan alone in his room. See, I was serious last episode when I said he was the epitome of attractive in this world. But yeah, I'm not really worried about overloading a single processor. But, like, I only have 6 threads and they don't process very many things at the same time. It's kind of a pain sometimes. I think we want to go this way. And that'll lead us to the place where Estonia is, so we can go visit him in his room alone. I mean, we've all used a G system before. We know. We've never actually changed a mobile suit before, apparently, because we're just being taught how to do it now. But, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we all made something in the G system before. It takes like 30 seconds. Excuse me. Yeah, now we got the Hyaku Shiki, which, if you know anything about the TV show, I've already explained the origins, but it's basically super fast. It was originally designed for Char, and it actually has a slight beam coating on it. I don't know if that affects it in-game, but it has like a 30% protection against beam due to being painted gold. Yeah, that's how that works. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch. And so now we have the question. Bazuli, who's our main shooter, Fritz, who's kind of in a weaker mobile suit right now, Trimi, who's our main melee person, or our secondary melee person who has more melee damage than Tristan does right now, Aeon, who's our healer and the one who uses bits and our best support attacker, or Vargas, who's our sniper. This is gonna shock you. We're actually going with Aeon. Aeon kind of has this thing where later in the game, she gets all of the super fast mobile suits for, like, no one knows why, she just does. And we're gonna keep true to that. I mentioned it last episode, but yeah, we swapped her up pretty quick. And he has a high-powered wing, which is apparently really good, but wow, the back booster actually gives him less speed. That's kind of sad. But it gives him 3 energy. Well, if we can click the large type propellant, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the back booster, though. Less armor and 40 less speed. But we can also give her a sensory part, so there's there. Or no, not the large type wing. We want the enhanced wing. Or do we? Honestly, I think I'm gonna leave that there. We'll just kind of ignore the enhanced wing. Any of the other armor do anything really good for you? Not really. Yeah. So you'll notice that symbol on the shoulders of the Hyaku Shiki. That is 100 or 100N, which just means type 100, basically. Nothing very special about that. The thing about type 100, though, is it can also be pronounced as Shiki, which is also death. And Hyaku is, I believe, somewhat an old way to say gold. How I would say it would be either Aku or Hyaku, which Hyaku can also mean 100. Which is kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, she gets a wide field, though. It's pretty nice. We will upgrade her later, though, because we're about to get something else we're going to upgrade. Which I really... did I upgrade the Marseille? I didn't mean to if I did, but I really shouldn't have if I did. I think I only upgraded Fritz and Tristan, though. Which, if I did, that should be a good thing. Because we'll actually be using their mobile suits for a little while longer. Though I think we're going to get rid of Fritz's as soon as we can. Where is it? I didn't see it anywhere. Oh. I guess they went in for their test flight. Don't worry, it's only parking like 200 miles away from us. It'll be fine. We'll get there in like 6 hours. So yeah, we've never had to deal with something like this, but we run up to it and press X. Yatta! Let's go the long way! Remember that the distance between the Earth and the, Europe and America is shorter through the Atlantic than going the literal length of the world the other way? I mean, we could try dropping bombs on it and see what happens, but they'll probably shoot us down. Yeah, she's like the former leader of the Unicorn. She'd know how to stop this newly built generator system that's protecting our worst enemy in a city she helped build. She should clearly know how that works. You know what? I think we'll continue this little bit next time, and then we'll just have a episode where we collect shit. Because that's what the next episode's gonna be, is literally just us collecting shit, and then after that next episode, I can start grinding. I haven't been back in like 3 weeks. And then Fritz is like, oh yeah, by the way, she gave me this Gundam. Oh yeah, Basil, you know those nightmare stories you heard when you were a child? Yeah, that's her. She's great, though. First, let's see what they have to say. So yeah, basically he ran away to here. And got training, but he still treats Marie like a piece of crap. Well, I can tell you where your home is, but you're not gonna like it. I'll give you a hint, it's at the bottom of the ocean. Yes, folks, she's Atlantean. And believe me, Aquaman is pissed about the Great Fall. Not because it actually polluted the ocean, it actually helped a lot with pollution. But when the Great Fall happened, his drink spilled over, and now he's really mad at everyone. Oh, I thought she said I. I was about to say we, what? I mean, like, why wouldn't Marie know how to deactivate that barrier? Yeah. So the thing about this is, that means theoretically that shield could be powered by any one of the forts, because we have to take out all 4 to get through it. I know it's just a plot convenience, but that means that they have like a mad amount of redundancy, and it begs the question as to why they didn't build one inside the shield. Even a small one that could only last for a couple of hours. What do you mean? We don't like those people. Well, yeah, but they're dead now, so who gives a shit? Like, General Selsei was murdered, Resner held them off and died, Gavinger died. Like, who's left? Hal? Oh, right, he's the bad guy. Come on, genocide ho. So basically we have to take down all 4 forts to get their wall down, and then we fight through the city and take it. But as you can guess, there's 4 specific bosses in those 4 areas. And you'll never guess who they are. Their conversation change at all? If you played this game, you know who it is, because there's one of those bosses who's a massive pain in the ass. But there's an ability you can use on him that basically makes him useless. And it's absolutely great. Like 90% of the other bosses. I'll have to, you know, play with it a little bit before we do it, though, because it's actually kind of hard. But it's why I think Gavinger's actually in this game. Not Gavinger, Vargas. Because it's the only fight he's actually needed in. But yeah, I think I've decided that this is just going to be a really long episode. My apologies if that bothers you, but all we did was fly around, finish that dungeon. Now we're going to be flying around collecting shit. Head to the forts. Yep, he's just giving us his giant freaking Gao. So, literally the only difference from everything else we've done in the game is you press circle to land. But it's great, though. Don't you love having a Gao? Sadly, it's not like the flying ship in Final Fantasy VIII, though. You know, in Final Fantasy VIII, where you can grab the garden even though you already have the flying ship, and, you know, just go around everywhere on the garden, because why not? I should have rested while we're at Marie's, but we'll do that after we collect shit. So we're going to go here, then we're going to hit Fall Dust, and then we're going to go to the Mobile Suit Coliseum, which is where we get our next set of weapons. And then I'm going to end the episode. Okay, yeah, it's to the right here. So hopefully that won't take more than about 15 minutes, but you guys know how long it'll take. So if you remember, there was that area in Fall Dust that guard was protecting that we couldn't get through. Well, strangely enough, they abandoned Fall Dust, even though they left GM just lying there. Then again, they do have those fancy Death Army mobile suits now. I don't think they really need a GM. And no, sadly, we can't steal the GM. If we could, though, I would sell that shit in a heartbeat, because we already have one. You know, just sitting around with no arms or legs. And I really should just sell those, but I haven't yet, because laziness. So yeah, this is where we got that 30 Zaku 1 data, or Zaku 2 data. But now that we have the card key 3, which the door I was talking about glitching through in the previous episode, that was this door. I'm like, is there anything over here? No, okay. This one requires, I think, card key 5? Yeah, card key 5. I don't know if you can do it in this one. Can you? Okay, I don't think you can, but I might just be screwing that up. I'll play with it a little bit later. So we got Kneecap L. And what do you think is in this chest? Yup. The goddamn Sandrock. We will be building that. I'll probably do it off screen though, just because, you know, it's basically the same as what you've seen before. That will be fully upgraded and then given to Tristan, because it's a really good melee suit. Now it's on to Russia. That base we'll have to take later. I believe... I won't give away who we're going to fight in there. But if you played the game or you've seen it before, you'll know right easy. It's fairly obvious, if you think about it. Yeah, so there's that GM just lying there. No, it's looting. It's different. And come on, we've been looting for forever. Don't give me that. The more curious thing is they left a bunch of equipment here. And I know they, like, all decided to turn face in about 30 seconds, but... why? I love how Vargas is cold and Aeon, who's basically in spandex, is like, eh, it's fine, it's fine. And then Trimi, who's not even wearing pants for the most part. It's over here. We got internal propellant. That gives us 1 extra energy without the speed penalty, I think. And more importantly, 10 bow data. So do we have we got bow data yet? I vaguely remember talking about... yeah, we have. Okay, so I don't really need to explain it. This is the second set we get. We will be getting the third set probably after I train and do some more grinding. I want to get everyone else back boosters. And I want to get enough money to upgrade everyone. And there's a couple of other things I want to do. We might even go tackle the hidden dungeon right now. We can't get to the final dungeon, but we can get to the hidden dungeon. And now that Fall Dust is done, I gotta remember where the other 2 sets of bow data are, though. I honestly don't really remember. And below us is Scenic Hokkaido. You notice there's something strange right there. There's a destroyed city right there. What is that, like Sapporo? I don't know any major city that would be up there. Like, if it was right here, that would make total sense. That's Tokyo, by the way. Kyushu. The Ryukyukin Islands and Okinawa are completely gone. There's Tohei over here. You know, staunch allies of... basically, I didn't mention it, but Neo Zeon occupied everything. The only city we can go back to is the one we're heading for now. And then, oh yeah, and there's on-map special battles. I believe this is the Drill Camper, but I could be wrong. That might be the Tall Geese fight. We'll do those eventually, but there's really no point in doing them now. But yeah, Dickens Rock, and then the place we're about to go is the only place left. Because they built a giant Mobile Suit Coliseum here. No idea why, they just did. I don't even think Sydney or Brisbane or anything's here. Though the 1 Year War did happen and, you know, the colony got dropped here. Is there anything in Tanzania or Tasmania? Tanzania's in Africa. Yeah, so this is the place where we're going to get our next set of weapons. That's why I wanted to come here. So yes, this is a giant Mobile Suit Coliseum. We can participate eventually. I will try, but it'll be in a little while after we get better mobile suits, because I tried it last time, it didn't work very well. We're one of the fighters. We can't actually watch them. like, ever. It kind of sucks. Yes, there's a Master Gundam and a Shiny Gundam. And there's weapons here, like the Battle Shield Kai, which is the upgraded version for the Ground GM. We'll buy one of these just because. Knuckle Guard Kais. I actually want to get one of these for Tristan, because we'll need it eventually. Shining Vulcan, the Vulcan from the Shining Gundam. The Bazooka Kai, which we already have. The Hyaku Shiki Beam Rifle, which we need a couple of. Oops. The Long Beam Rifle, which is the gun from the Super Gundam. Gundam Saber Mark IIs. I'm just going to grab another one. And High Heat Hawk we don't really need. We're veterans of real combat. We'll be good. Right? Right? No. The final battle in this is like the hardest fight in the game. Well, the second hardest fight in the game. It's the hardest fight in the game that isn't literally designed to fuck you over. Because the final fight of the bonus dungeon literally has a 1 in 8th chance per turn of you just instantly losing. I honestly wish I was kidding about that, but I'm not. Oh shit, I remember where there's some bow data. Two hacking tools, 10 more bow data, an ECAP S, 10,000 credits, an EN charger, and an ECAP L. Yeah, we robbed the shit out of these guys. It's great. Their secret storeroom. You think we didn't walk back there. It's your fault for not locking the place. It'd be really cool if we actually did use the lockpick on that, but we don't. But I knew there's a reason I planned to come here. I just forgot about that. So I know where 10 more of the data is. I just gotta look where we get the final 10. Yeah, and there's no one over here. And then once we get the bow, I believe we're giving it to Vargas first. We'll eventually also maybe build another one. Maybe we'll give it to Bazuli after we basically phase Vargas out of existence. Because, as I said before, he's good for like one battle. Former Eisengrad soldier. And yeah, you see this guy? He's a motherfucking ninja. And just so you know, that's a ground Gundam, or a GM command with Dom shoulders, a machine gun Kai, a Zaku, or a GM sniper 2 shield, and Gelgoog legs. I was talking about on that sign, just so you know. I don't know if I pointed it out that well enough. Yeah, so there's the fighting counter. No, we don't want to do that yet. And then there's a normal shop, or at least a repair place. Nah, it's good. I'm pretty sure the rules are literally just whatever you want to do. And instead of run away, there's forfeit, which is basically the same thing. For beating all, like, 6 battles or whatever, you get an item. I forget what the first one is. I think it's some items. The second one is the Double Zeta's Beam Saber. The third one's a really good optional part. And then the fourth one is the, like, 5th best mobile suit in the game or something like that. But anyway, folks, that was that. I'm sorry this took forever, but we got all of the stuff down. I will go probably build the Sandrock after this, go do a ton of grinding, get everyone up to 24, maybe get some booster or some back boosters, probably gain a level or 2, hopefully. And then we'll be back for the other part of the Lost Dungeon next time. Anyway, good night, folks.